Hello and welcome to another coding session. I thought that we were going to do Golang today, but I recently stumbled upon a new framework called Clay. And it's a high performative 2D UI layout library for, I guess, C mainly. I don't know if there's going to be bindings or I don't know for other languages, but it's supposed to be working with C or C++ as far as I can tell, and it has some rendering capabilities through Raylib. So what I have done is that I have set up in VSL, of course, because it didn't work on Windows. I have set up an environment. Wait. Yeah. Here I have set up this environment, basically just copying the Clay H file, the Clay renderer Raylib and Raylib library into my own repository, and I have this very sweet CMake file that they also provide for compiling and setting up build. So let's show. So I'm using make as my generator for CMake. So when I do CMake, it generates a make file, and I then build with make, and out is this file. And currently it just shows this with this very mature title. And my thinking was that we were going to try to like re-implement another program I'm working on in Golang into this, since I think this will be more fun to work with, or just more rewarding, because I've used Go a lot recently and it's becoming a little boring to do the same thing over and over again. So I have no idea how Clay actually works. I have just skimmed the tutorial and watched a video on it, but as far as I can tell, we can. So basically there's some amount of setup here, just initializing Raylib, which just enables a window. We can replace this immature title. And so you do that, it creates a window, then we initialize Clay here. We get the minimum amount of bytes we need and create a memory arena for Clay to use, and then we pass this into the initialize with some dimensions. And in the, I guess, loop, game loop or layout loop, we do the layout thing, which doesn't render anything, it just creates the Clay layout, and we then later on use the render commands that we get from ending our layout and pass it into Raylib render, which, I mean, this does some stuff, we don't have to go into it. So that's basically what I have right now, and what I want to achieve in the layout. Let's see if I don't have anything. Okay, so basically we have this window, 800 by 600 something. Let's see if this, yeah, okay. And what I want is a sidebar. And a main window, very typical layout. And in here I want some menu options like bookshelf maybe, and add book, and perhaps loan. This is for that, but we can start with the bookshelf stuff. So pressing each item here should bring up a different menu here. And that's where I think we should start and just focus on getting this to work. And it happens that the example here basically has this. So this is what we want basically. What's nice about this library is that it doesn't really do any rendering, as far as I can tell. I mean, it's very separated, as it says here. We begin layout, we declare our layout with the element macros. We should probably bring this up. And end layout spits out a clay render command array, which we then render somehow. And for now it just happens that we use arraylib to render the layout. And I think they have some pre-built renderers. They very nicely have a web renderer, so I think it would be very easy to get this to run in the web using WebAssembly. And I don't know what Cairo is. Cairo Graphics is a 2D graphics library with support for multiple output devices. Currently supported output targets include the Windows system, Quartz, blah blah blah, PDF. Okay, so this perhaps is more geared towards creating static images. Perhaps. But Raylib is fine for now, since it's supposed to be a desktop app with real-time input and changes. Yeah. So I think we should just go through the tutorial that they have, and then we can build upon this. So we already have all of this. This we already have. This we've done. Set pointer state. Update internal pointer position for handling mouse. Yeah, this we can do as well. Perhaps update states, and here we have create layout, and here we have render. Okay, so we can get the intercept vector 2 from Raylib called mouse position, and get mouse position, yeah. And in this, let's just see if this overlaps. This is a float. course we can't. And this is a float. So we could just do we could just do this and just promise it that it's a vector too. Whatever. Maybe we don't need to do that. And is mouse down. I do not understand why I can't just do get mouse position and then cast it to a clay vector 2. I don't understand why. But if this works, then fine. Cast struct to another struct. Why can't we do this? Okay, whatever. Perhaps we have to do pointer stuff. Whatever. Update the internal position for handling mouse. Update scroll containers. True. Clay vector to mouse wheel X, mouse wheel Y. Delta time. Yeah. Mouse wheel X. Yeah, okay. We do the same here, I think. Relib mouse wheel position is get mouse position. Wait. It's so irritating that I can't. Yeah, so it's actually scroll delta. That's good to know. Which we could get the mouse movement for both X and Y. Yep. We should probably do a get frame time. Yeah. And we do the same as before. Play vector 2 is mouse wheel delta, just like we did before with the relib.x and the relib mouse wheel delta.y, and then we can pass this in mouse wheel delta, and then we do dt. Call begin layout and declare your layout using the provided macros. Layout config is a struct that can be declared statically or inline. Layout config is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's do this. So maybe we should put this side by side. So let's do the declaration here for layout config. Sidebar item layout is equal to sizing, which is equal to width clay sizing grow. So this is the macro thing that Clay seems to use all over the place for layout. So I think this macro, yeah, as we can see, there's a bunch of different macros for just creating your layout. So this is the sidebar item, which will have full width and a set height. And later we want to put a text inside that somehow. Let's see how we do that. And then there's a sidebar item component. And that's a clay. So this is to create a new layout. Clay layout, and we use the sidebar item layout, and it's supposed to be a clay rectangle which has a color. Okay, so this is where the colors come in, I guess. I'm not sure how the relib, yeah, we could use the relib colors as well. Let's see how we do. Color orange. So this creates the clay thing, I guess. This is the clay thing, I don't know. Yeah, clay element. Which, yeah, I guess it's kind of like I'm GUI, where it's immediate mode, where we just do this every frame. We calculate the layout and we insert elements. So this inserts an element called sidebar item component, or the function name is at least. So now we can do the layout. Let's see. So clay begin layout. And let's just do the exact same thing as they do here. Yeah. But this is a function. But we kind of already have this. I guess we can try to put this here. And we actually we do not want this. So this is the outer container. Yeah, so now this is wrapped perfectly weird. So the outer container has a sizing of the whole window and some padding and a child gap and a white background. Not completely white, but close. And the sidebar has a layout direction top to bottom, sizing is a fixed width, and the height is complete. And then we have the main content, which is full width and height. Okay. Let's see how this looks. Yeah. So the resizing obviously doesn't work. I can't even resize the window. There we go. So this is fine. Okay, so let's try to put some text into these sidebar items. And I guess we can try just this, clay text, clay string, and the config. No, this is wrong. Yeah, it is supposed to be clay string. Why is it lying to me? And text config. Yeah, okay. Let's do 16. So that's segfaults. Okay. What are we doing here? So we are doing the same clay layout. And then we do the rectangle, and inside of the rectangle we do clay text, clay string, font size. Let's just do the same. So sidebar text config. Sidebar text config. Font size will be 16 and text color will be clay white. header button. Clay string. We do bookshelf. First we should unrow this. We do bookshelf, we do add book, and we do loading. And see if this works better. No. Why is it segfaulting now? Yeah, so it's definitely not working with the sidebar item component. What if we don't do... What if we just do exactly like they are doing it? Segfault. I guess we don't have any font set up. But are this? Yeah, they are Relief fonts. Relief fonts. Why is it? And set texture filter. Yeah, so this is probably why we are segfaulting, because it's trying to so this is probably a number they have defined up here. 0 and 1. Okay. So we can do the same. Font ID body 24 and font ID body 16. And this should be equal to, I guess, load font. what font to pick, I think. But we have the resources folder, and I think, yeah, we are including it here, so we should just be able to grab. Where do I find fonts? Font size, code points, count. Oh, how do I know? How do I figure this out? Oof. Yeah. Let's do Roboto. So now we have the file. Roboto regular dash regular.df. Then this can be the same. And will become 32. And now when we do play text, here we will do font ID on the 16. Okay, let's see if this, oh. Save font, fail to open file resources slash, oh. Lol. Fail to open file. Oh, I can't even spell correctly. Wait, holy fuck. I should not be loading the fonts in the application loop, of course. And there is some text. Alright. But perhaps the sidebar should use the bigger font. Yeah. And perhaps this can once again use the layout from the sidebar item layout, and we can do clay rectangle here. Color can be color orange, and this can be color light. Cool. How do we do alignment? Dot child alignment. Where in the layout, perhaps? No. Dot child alignment here. And here we can do what y is child align. No, clay align y center, and x can be clay align x center as well. Awesome. Yeah. So I have to go now. It's Christmas soon. Yeah. But thank you for watching this. This was very fun and interesting. And I think we're going to continue and just bang out the whole UI with the states and integrate some logic into this as well. I'm thinking the database will just be either SQLite, but perhaps that's overkill, so we can do just binary files for the whole bookshelf. Since each book will be just a couple of bytes, so having a binary file for the bookshelf at around a couple of kilobytes is fine. But it's worth thinking about security, because if the user just deletes the binary file, then their whole bookshelf will be gone forever. But I guess that's the same with SQLite, since you just get a .lib folder, or I don't know, you get a .database folder. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Bye bye.